Okay, Claudia, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you joining me here today for our weekly training in English. It's kind of funny because I do Spanish, Portuguese. I just finished Portuguese about 30 minutes ago, and I have to switch my brain because I do English, Spanish, Portuguese, and here I speak English. So this is a lot of fun for me. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Dave Daughtrey. I'm a Platinum International Diamond with For Life. I've been with For Life for going on 22 years. And a lot of people can't believe that when they talk to me. They ask me, "You've been with the same company for 22 years?" Yeah, I have. And I feel very blessed because I've seen many people that have gone looking for, the so-called mother lode, the gold at the end of their rainbow, and they're still chasing the rainbow, trying to find the gold. Well, I found it 22 years ago in For Life. But I did spend 18 years before For Life looking for that gold at the end of the rainbow. And here's what I learned. I'd say the biggest lesson of all that I learned is that money is important. Money does give you choices and options in life, and it does alleviate a lot of stress. And you can literally change the course of your family, your prosperity, by doing something to build a legacy, a future. But if money is your sole purpose and that's it, you'll make money. But what about your principles, values, integrity, credibility? There's a lot of programs I've seen, and especially my 18 years before For Life, I saw a lot in network marketing, and a lot of people that I know got rich, but some of them did it at the expense of others. There are some that did it, in a very good manner with a good company, but for the most part, the companies failed them. The companies hurt people. Some people made money, but at the expense of other people. So what I learned in my 18 years, two things. One, you are who you associate yourself with. In other words, we're just like the people we hang out with. If you're in a circle of people and the whole focus is about who's got the best airplane, the best Ferrari, and that's all it's about, trust me, a lot of people end up getting hurt. When that's your whole philosophy, your whole mission statement. But if your mission statement is together building people and taking transfer factor to the world, and you put people first, then you're going to find you'll attract people, you'll keep the people, and you'll make money. So you have both a long-term business. You're making great money, but you're helping other people make money, and you're building a legacy. And that's really one of the main reasons I joined For Life. You see, I had already had 18 years of experience. I'd already achieved millionaire status in my 20s, but I lost it all. And I think most people, they probably would have thrown in the towel on network marketing after going from zero to hero, back to zero again, and losing it all. But I always said this, my mentors taught me well. Network marketing never has failed me. Not one time. People have failed me. This is just a business model. I love the business model. Why? Because I can have my own business without having to conduct a business. Okay, let me make this point again. I can have my own business without having to conduct an entire business. Let's take a look at For Life. I get paid to do one thing, talk to people. I don't have to worry about operating expenses. I don't have to worry about maintaining inventory. I don't have to worry about dealing with employees that call in sick or whatever. All I do is talk to people, and For Life is willing to give me and my team 64%. I think that's a good deal. 64% goes to us, 36% stays with David Lisenby and Company, so he can pay the operating expenses in the 60 plus offices around the world. He pays to register the products. He hires the lawyers. He hires the consultants. He pays the employees. He manages inventory. And you know what? He's a heck of a lot better than I would be, because with what's happened with coronavirus pandemic, if I was running the show at For Life, the company probably would have gone under. They would not have been able to maintain the growth. For Life grew about 40% last month. Think about this. If you're doing 35 million and you jump up to close to 50 million all of a sudden or more in the same month, most companies would fail. David Lisenby was prepared. They only had a couple of products go on back order. Chewables, I know that vitamin C, everybody wanted vitamin C. I prefer transfer factor or Rio Vita, but nevertheless, Rio Vita sticks, vitamin C, and the other one that I just mentioned was on back order. Vitamin C, Rio Vita sticks, and what was the other one? Chewables, sorry, transfer factor chewables. So my point is this though, David Lisenby is great at knowing how to administrate and run this business, and he's great at delegating and surrounding himself with good people. Now, I've always said I would never follow a network marketer that starts their own network marketing company. In other words, a distributor that starts a company. Why? Because they're two different talents. We get paid to storytell. And so people that are salespeople, marketers, those kinds of people love to become distributors. But the people that like to administrate and basically put themselves in a room with four walls and a floor and a roof and shut the door and work that way, they're good administrators. David Lisenby is a great administrator. But frankly, if David was out in the field with us, and I'm just saying, being honest, I don't think he'd be the greatest distributor. Why? Different talent, okay? We're storytellers. We get paid to storytell. David Lisenby and company, they get paid to administrate, all right, to run this company. So when I looked at 4Life for the first time, that was the most important thing to me. You see, in fact, I even told Gabby, I said, I don't care how great the product is, all right? I've seen companies with good products. What matters to me is how long they're going to be around. I'm not going to start over again at 38 years old. I've got, at the time, 3 kids. Gabby was actually, another one came in 2000, Brandon, and then Ryan. 5 kids now, especially now I'm 60 years old. I just turned 60 last week. So you think I want to look for another home? No, I've been with 4Life for going on 22 years. I mean, I'm going to die with 4Life, okay? But here's my point. I chose 4Life because I felt they were a legacy company. It was more about the legacy and really building a future. Since then, I've seen many of my friends still chasing the gold at the end of the rainbow, from one company to another to another. And here's what I say to those people. You know what? You think you'd learn, all right? You'd think you'd learn after chasing and going through failure after failure. The most important thing to us when it comes to business is having responsible people with the right principles, values, and experience to run our company. Now, let's look at what they've done. In 22 years, they've brought us the most incredible products. They've brought us some great tools, but also we've built a great family. And this is what I hear a lot in the industry. If you're in 4Life, you're there to stay. Because if somebody outside of 4Life tries recruiting 4Life distributors into something else, good luck, all right? People love the culture, they love the family, they love the sense of belonging, and they love the support, frankly. And I can say this, because I've got a bird's eye view of the company, is that all the people I've worked with over the years and seen all the platinums in my organization, even outside, which are only a couple, but my point is, not one of the top leaders has left 4Life. Not one. Why? Because they've seen the other side. They've seen the bad and the ugly on the other side, and they realize what we have with 4Life. Now, on the contrary, I've got people now, after years, and in some cases even decades, have come back to 4Life because they tested the water on the other side. They kicked the tires on the other vehicles, and they realize that in 4Life, they've got something real. They've got something that can build a legacy for their family. And you know what? You guys couldn't ask for better timing. Right now, the timing in 4Life, think about this. The company is now probably getting close to 50 million a month in business, 50 million. Take a look at some of the greatest companies out there. Herbalife, they're about probably close to 4.5 to 5 billion a year. Amway, they're approaching like 12 plus billion a year. Those companies already passed through momentum and critical mass. If I go out in the streets of San Diego or Madrid, Spain, or Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I take randomly 100 people and I say, have you heard of Amway? I'm probably going to get 80% say, yeah, I have. Have you heard of Herbalife? I'll probably get 80 to 85%. Yeah. If I say, have you heard of transfer factor in For Life? I'm lucky if I get 5. You see? But yet the company is 22 years old. The company is now entering the phase of momentum. Okay. It's happening as we speak. What does that mean? Over 22 years, enough people have planted seeds around the world, and now harvest time is coming. All these people that have been hearing about For Life for the past 22 years, now they're starting to get interested. Why? Coronavirus helped a bit, obviously. The immune system company, okay? People want to know more now. But other than that, there's enough seeds planted that people want more information. It's happening. Now, having said that, this momentum, this critical mass, it happens in each market too. Let's take South America. I've been working a lot in Brazil lately. Why? Because Brazil's surrounded by For Life in every other country, from Bolivia, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, even Paraguay. All these countries that surround Brazil, they're doing millions of life points with For Life. Brazil is really just starting. So, logic tells me that if all those countries can do millions of life points, even like the Dominican Republic, where you got a platinum and many golds, Esdras Cabrera and all the golds there in Puerto Rico, 5 platinums. I mean, come on. If those countries can do it, Brazil's going to do it. It's not a question of who, it's not a question of if or when, it's a question of who is going to be part of it, okay? So my point is this: take advantage, you guys. We've got the next, 5 to 7 years of momentum before we even begin stability, all right? Stability is when the growth curve starts to flatten out, okay? But that's not going to happen. I'll predict another 7 years, maybe even 9, of tremendous growth where we get into the billions. You don't need to have many millions to have financial freedom, okay? Take advantage. So today what I want to do is I do want to share with you some fun stuff. I get asked the question once in a while, Dave, who motivates you? Who motivates the motivator? Look, the greatest players in history, and I don't care, you pick a sport. I don't know a whole lot about football or soccer, but I can talk, American football, and I can talk baseball and things like that. Let's take basketball. Many of you might have heard of Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, best basketball players in the world. Well, guess what? They all had coaches until the day they stopped playing professionally. Now, did they have coaches so the coach could teach them how to play? No, they knew how to play. They're the best in the game. You think the coach can play better than them, or the coach can teach them how to play better? No, the coach is there to push them. The coach is there to bring out their potential. The coach is there to make them be the best they can be, okay? That comes in many ways, from conditioning, practicing, working as a team. That's what the coach does, you see? So for me, the way I get motivation, YouTube. You guys, we have a plethora, that means a lot, of information at our disposal. My gosh, when I joined network marketing in 1981, there was nothing except Don Fela's book, all right? Don Fela's from Amway. And that's all I had. And then you had people coming up. Tony Robbins, by the way, he was in Cernitine America, network marketing company. But he joined Cernitine. So a lot of these Jim Rohn, he was one of the co-founders of Herbalife. So some of these motivational speakers we talk about, they too have been in network marketing. And if you know Bob Proctor, Bob Proctor, in fact, Bob's wife, my gosh, I can't remember her name now. She was in my downline in Nikken. But Nikken, there's a company for you, Japanese company, Bob Proctor. If any of you ever heard of The Secret, The Secret, the book, and I think even the movie. Well, Bob Proctor was part of Nikken, all right? So anyhow, my point is this. Most of these great, successful, motivational speakers, they've been around network marketing. Why? Because they know the benefit. They know it works. They know that it too is the world's greatest, kind of hidden, secretly disguised, best, not motivational, but personal development course there is. I'll say it again. Network marketing is the world's greatest personal development course there is. Why? Because you've got the greatest minds of marketing, networking coming together. They teach you, they motivate you, they train you. And even me, I get motivated by my leaders, people in network marketing that I like to listen to. Now, I'm not in the programs. I chose For Life. And I tell people all the time, quit trying to decide what to do and just choose something. Even if it's not For Life, just choose, okay? And get in and take action. I chose For Life because I felt it was the best for me. And of course it is. Now it's changed my life. Now my goal is to help change your life. But I tell people all the time, you need to count on your 5 fingers, all right? These people that you hang out with, your circle of influence or your circle of association, those top 5 people you hang out with the most, what do they do for you? Do they make you better? Do they motivate you to grow, to become a better person, to become better in business or what you do? Or do they put you down? Sometimes people we hang out with or associate with don't make us feel really good. Or is it the same every day, status quo? You don't grow, you don't get better, you just stay the same. And that's generally how it is. If that's the case, find somebody. Find somebody that will motivate you, that will help teach and train you. Who do I listen to? Let me show you. We're going to do some fun stuff right now. This is what I do. Okay, the first guy we're going to listen to right here that I want to show you, I go to YouTube. Let me see here the best way to do this. All right. Here's a guy right here. Let's start with him. Darren Kidd. I listened to Darren Kidd lately. I like him. His content is wonderful. In fact, don't be surprised if you hear me say things that Darren Kidd says. But you know what? Darren Kidd heard it from someone else and he just repeats it. Remember, monkey see, monkey do? So don't be surprised if you hear me say something, go, Dave got that from Darren, or Dave got that from Jim Rohn. I am not a good inventor. I'm a great copycat though. I'm great at when I hear something, I've learned how to turn it into a story. Okay. It's like if I go to a movie and I see a movie like The Greatest Showman, I can tell you probably word for word that whole movie. I've watched it probably 20 times. Okay. I love movies. Don't watch TV, but I like movies. The point is, when I talk For Life and Transfer Factor and For Life, the company, I tell it like a story. We have a saying in network marketing: stories sell, facts tell. Stories are what people buy. The success stories they hear, the stories on product, the testimonies, that's what excites them. They don't get all that excited when you tell them the Dalton weight of transfer factor molecules, or you tell them about natural killer cells and T helper cells, and you get into infinity bonuses that pay 3%, and that stuff goes in one ear and out the other. But when you tell them about someone's testimony of what happened on the product, or you tell them that you met someone whose life changed financially because they came across the greatest opportunity in the world, those stories I like to hear. So I've learned to be a good storyteller. So you guys, do the same. If you're going to be a messenger, be the best messenger you can be. Practice on your kids, your parents, your spouses, your family, your friends, and have the attitude that when you do talk to them, you're practicing, okay? Don't get hung up on what they say. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Just practice, and you're going to find you become better and better. Then when you're talking to a stranger, for example, today, and I don't know, maybe Ricardo's listening right now. He's in Brasilia, Brazil. But I talked to today probably 6 people, maybe more, that are brand new. These are people, prospects, learning about For Life. They didn't know much, but I got to storytell. I got to tell them. But when I talk, I've got such conviction. Why? Well, when you're doing $37 million a month of business every month, and you've got 1 million people in your network, I think you're going to feel pretty confident. But understand, I didn't have that 22 years ago. I had to tell people about the vision. I had to tell people what we're going to do. We're going to have offices in Latin America. In fact, I remember Enrique Balboa, the late Enrique Balboa, he's passed away. He was bugging me. It's funny, Angeles, his wife, said, stop calling Dave. He'd call me for a year straight about 2 times a week. He'd never miss a week. Dave, when are you coming to Mexico? Dave, when's Mexico opening? Dave, Enrique Balboa had a taller. He had how do you say taller in Spanish, in English? A automotive,
Mechanic shop.
a mechanic. He's a mechanic. He had a mechanic shop, it was a car mechanic. He became a gold international diamond with 4Life. First time he'd ever been in network marketing. So here's my point. To be successful in this business, all of us need to associate ourselves with people that help motivate us. Darren Kidd is one I listened to lately. If I open my drawer, one day I'll go through my office and show you guys what I have here, because I've got an office full of a lot of memorabilia, of course, from all the countries. I've been to 106 countries. I try to get something from every country. I've got a bottle of wine that I won in Finland on one of the trips. But anyhow, traveling around the world has been just an amazing thing to see. But I've got a drawer full of tapes, videos from Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, my gosh, tons of them. Everything from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill to How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, John Maxwell, a lot of them. So I listen to things that motivate me, okay? Then there are distributors in network marketing that I love to listen to. Darren Kidd, he's got great stuff. You can see right here, let your haters be your motivators. Sounds like a great topic. If you're struggling, the people, that hate this business and they're negative, let them motivate you. So listen to Darren Kidd stuff if you want. Now, I'm going to be also starting to do a lot of these things. I think after I build Brazil, then I'm going to start doing more reaching around the world through videos and a lot of my knowledge over 40 years. But for now, I'm still working just like you guys. I do the same thing you do every day. I just do calls, talk to people, for my people, for me, building a downline, okay? So there's one there, Darren Kidd. Now here's what I want to do. This is my funnest. This is one. I love this guy. If you've never heard of Paul Orberson, he passed away. Paul died of cancer. And Paul and I, we disagreed on a couple of things. One of those was the model of network marketing, how it applies in business. I'll give you an example. I would never follow a network marketing company that deals with services like vacations. Here in the USA, they've got everything from Dish Network, Walmart, things like people go, Walmart, oh wow, network marketing, I'll join. They get all excited about it. Understand something. You've got to have enough of a profit in your product to pay a downline of hundreds and thousands of people. You can only cut a dollar so many ways, okay? So if you don't have a profit margin where you can pay 50 or 60% to the distributors, forget it. You're not going to succeed. So how is Walmart, or how is an electric company that is also controlled by the government, or how is a travel agency or Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, any of this stuff, how are they going to give you a product that's got 50% or so built in there as a service? Okay. Then there's high tech, telephone. In fact, Paul Orberson, he got caught up in Excel. If any of you remember Excel telecommunications in the early 90s, Paul got caught up in that. He made a lot of money. He got the highest check in network marketing, over $1 million income in 1 month. Wonderful. But where's Excel today? Gone. Where's Monavi? Gone. In fact, Paul Orberson, what did he do after Excel? He duplicated the failure and he started FHTM, Fortune High Tech Marketing, all about services. Why? Well, that's what he learned in Excel, telephone. He tried to duplicate it again. FHTM, gone. Paul Orberson passed away. Great guy, great networker. Unfortunately, didn't quite understand the business model and how it applies, in business in general. You've got to have a tangible, a product that's a feel-good product that people can develop a relationship with. They taste it, they touch it, they feel it, they experience it. That's the kind of product you want in network marketing. Therefore, I've always chosen to be with a company that's consumable, tangible, and historically, the companies that succeed are those in health and wellness. Okay, think about it. The greatest companies around deal in health and wellness. Okay, so that's why I chose 4Life. Now, Paul Orbison, great guy, love him to death. And this is one of his talks. I encourage every one of you to go on YouTube and just put in Paul Orbison, a different way of thinking. Here's a good old country boy from Kentucky, Danville, Kentucky, who was a high school teacher and a football coach, and he quit his job to do network marketing full time, and everybody said he was crazy. And yet he achieved the highest check in network marketing. But when you hear him talk, you're going to laugh, because here's a good old country boy that just didn't know much about network marketing, nothing, made millions and millions of dollars. Why? He didn't question it all. He just did it. So let's listen to Paul for a minute. And I listen to this and I just laugh. I mean, I get bring tears in my eyes, because he's funny. He's a great guy, but he's spot on. He's on point with all the things he says. So here's Paul Orbison. Claudia, if we can't hear it, please tell me, okay? Here we go.
So I'm going to work hard. You see, most of us, think about this now, have already got our lives lived out in our minds. You know, I lived it out. And I'd already lived it out back in 1990 when I came in this business. I'd already had it planned. I was going to teach school for 27 years. I was going to retire from school teaching. I would be 49 years old. I'd be drawing 70% of my school teaching income. Wouldn't have to do nothing to get it either. Be retired. Then I could go do something else. Well, ain't that fun? You keep this in mind. Now, we're broke for 27 years when we teach school. You retire, you get to retire on 70% of broke. And you know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to like that. So, yeah, I like this. We're having fun. I like it a lot, yes. But then the other kind of people, you know what the normal people, these normal thinking people, they're broke, but they're normal. You know what they say? Yeah, but you had your benefits. You had your health insurance. And besides that, a lot of people don't even have jobs, and you had a job. Folks, that's nonsense. I was going to say something bad. That's nonsense. Nonsense. That, again, comes from broke people. They're over here saying, yeah. Listen now, keep in mind, we're raised with normal people, most of us. Most of us live with normal people, and so the only way we can think's normal. I'm going to give you another example. My little girl, we live in a pretty good neighborhood today. You know that deck Carla talked about, we finally finished it on that other old house in Kentucky, and then Dad blame it, we don't even live in that house no more, no way. Moved to this neighborhood, and in this neighborhood where I live today, it's a gated community.
For those of you that would like to know where his house was, his next door neighbor was Steinbrenner, the owner of the New York Yankees. He lived on an island off the coast of Florida in a house probably worth, I don't know, 60 or 70 million dollars. Okay. So that's where Paul Orbison's house was at this time.
And kids ride around. Back when I was a kid, we used to ride bicycles to each other's houses. You'd jump on a bike, you'd go see another kid. You know what they do in that neighborhood? I'm just saying, this is a different way of thinking, but I like it. They ride golf carts to each other's houses. Every kid's got a golf cart. So if you see 4 or 5 golf carts at the houses, at one house, you know a bunch of kids are there playing. I know it's different. It means, that's not good. That doesn't. Who says that's not good? We walk around as if there's some kind of prize for being broke. No, seriously, like we're going to go, oh, poor old me. If I just get in 3 more years, I'll be all right. I've only got 10 more years. We walk around, we think that we're going to go to a higher place in heaven if we are broke on earth. There's nowhere that is suggested or taught out of Scripture, out of anybody that's got any sense. That all comes, this is a different way of thinking, that it all comes from broke people, passed down from parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, down all the way through us, and it's just a cycle. It's like poverty on a different level. It never stops. If you don't step out in your family, I'm suggesting to you it may never happen in your family. And you know what? I have found this out. All it takes in your family is one person to make it big in a business. One person, and you can change your entire family's life. One person can make a difference. Don't believe it when you hear one person cannot make a difference. One person can make a big-time difference. Another thing is, don't beg people to do this business. I've stayed after Joe. I've talked to him, and he says he thinks he's going to probably maybe come in. He's got to see his accountant and CPA, and he's going to see all these people about opinion, make a phone call to the BBB and all this junk. Or here's another. I talked to my attorney, and he said that what? Now, this is a different way of thinking. I'm suggesting to you, your attorney's broke. What would he know about business anyway? I'm not trying to be smart. I want you to think about it. When I went back to my school to get other teachers to look at this business, and when an English teacher told me, and it destroyed my soul, but she said, I won't do that. That company won't even be in business in 2 years. I'm not about to put my reputation on the line. They won't. Here it is. Them things never last. It tore my soul apart. But let's stop and look at that just a minute, what I was listening to. And I did listen. And I did think about what she said. I thought so much that I still think about it in a different way. But let's think about what she told me. She's telling me that what I'm doing won't work. She's telling me the business I'm in won't even be around. Let me ask you this. What does she know about business anyway? If she knew so much about business, she wouldn't have been teaching English for 25 years. She'd have been in business, wouldn't she?
So there you go, guys. So that's Paul Oberson. I can listen to him all day long. So here's my suggestion to y'all. When you're driving your car, I understand right now we're all under quarantine, but hey, under quarantine, take your cell phone, put it on YouTube at night, maybe when you lay down, wake up in the morning, but spend 10 or 15 minutes listening to something that motivates you, excites you. I love listening to Paul Oberson. I know that tape inside and out, okay? But there's a few of his, Darren Kidd maybe, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, Minutes with Maxwell. There's another of my favorites. He's got little short videos called Minutes with Maxwell. Listen to those, whatever gets you pumped up to go, okay? Now, the one other thing I wanted to talk about today in starting your business, preparation. You've got to prepare yourself for success, okay? But before I get into this, and then we'll open it up to questions and answers, I want to tell y'all something. Get ready. There is an announcement coming out, and I think it'll be next week, about transfer factor. This is a documented scientific study that 4Life's been working on. They'll be announcing it, so get ready. These results are going to blow you guys away on transfer factor. When somebody consumes transfer factor, what it does to your immune system. If you thought 437% increase in immunity was good, wait till you see this study, all right? I am so excited. I just got a message from Nathan while I was talking to you guys saying that they're all really pumped about the video they're going to be bringing out. So get ready, you guys. It gets better and better and better. In fact, I get emotional about it because, I've already achieved a lot with 4Life, and I'm doing everything I can to help other people achieve that, okay? So, I'm really excited about what's coming out. So anyhow, be ready for that announcement. Now, let me just share with you a couple of things that I did, when I started my business. One, I had to create a presentation. If I'm going to talk to people, if I'm going to deliver a message, 4Life didn't have a presentation put together. It was really what we could say. So I had to basically sell the vision. I couldn't say, we got 60 offices, around the world. We're debt free. We got 6 big buildings. We got a manufacturing plant with our own equipment, our own machines. We were the 15th fastest growing company in America. We've got a laboratory of immunology right inside the corporate headquarters. We've got a whole scientific team. We've got over 100 awards that we've won. We were voted the #1 health supplement company in the United States of America last year. I couldn't say those things. Today, you guys have so many things you can say. Everything I just said, I did off of memory. Take the time to learn the bullet points about our company. Then take the time to be able to tell the transfer factor story. Who discovered transfer factor? All right. Now, when I tell people, I show them this. Let me show you guys here again, my screen. What I show people when I'm presenting, I like to show them this right here. H. Sherwood Lawrence, 87, immunology pioneer. Now, this was about his death. He passed away in April of 2004. But when you read it right here, it says right there, see that? Dr. Lawrence was best known for his discovery in 1949 of a substance known as transfer factor, a product of T lymphocytes which play crucial roles in defending against a wide variety of infectious agents. Hello, what do we say? Transfer factor educates your immune system to recognize, respond, and remember threats. What's happening right now? We're all in our homes because of a global threat. Therefore, I recommend taking something to protect yourself against these global threats. That's simple. If you want to read his Wikipedia, there it is. Same thing. Henry Sherwood Lawrence, right? Best known for his discovery of transfer factors in 1949. Take the time to learn and read this stuff to prepare yourself, okay? It's all about knowledge. Knowledge gives you confidence. So what I did, I sat down, I took a yellow pad, and I wrote 6 to 8 bullet points about the company. And then I remembered and I memorized the Dr. Lawrence story briefly, the mother giving birth, having to breastfeed the child to pass her immune information through that colostrum. That's all, scientific knowledge. And then I talked about transfer factors, how we isolate and extract it from colostrum and now from the egg yolk. And then I tell the benefits of what it does. You can all tell the transfer factor story, I would say within probably 3 or 4 minutes, okay? Practice it, just like you just went and watched a movie and you're gonna share the story, okay? And then the pay plan. Why is it important to understand the compensation plan? Now, Gabby, she might even be listening right now on this call, but in fact, let me see if Gabby's, Cloud, is Gabby on? Can you see Gabby? I don't know if she's on or not, but Gabby, she's not a numbers person. I'm more of a numbers person, okay? So when it comes to the pay plan, some people have more difficult time explaining the pay plan. What does Gabby do? She comes to me. She talked to Dr. Weilbacher. He's her doctor. She joined For Life. You want to know the pay plan? Let's talk to Dave. Okay, no problem. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Gabby's much more creative than I am. When it comes to creativity, she blows me out of the water. She's really good with her social media posts. So what do? Sweetie, you do the social media posts. I'll do the pay plan. It's about teamwork, working together. But why should you know your pay plan? If you find yourself talking to a network marketer, someone who knows this business, you're not going to have to teach them how to do the business. It's plug and play. They just have to learn the For Life lingo. They got to learn what are life points, what's transfer factor, what's your pay plan, all that stuff. They can learn that quickly, but they're only going to learn it if you can teach it, or you can take them someplace where they can learn it. But if you know the pay plan, it does a couple of things. One, it makes you look smart because you took the time to learn it, and you can talk about how to get to diamond, how the business builder bonus works, what's a rapid reward. All of these things are important to know, okay? But if you're talking to a networker, a multi-leveler, when you get that kind of person and you can't explain anything about the pay plan, you might lose them because they're like, well, you want me to join your company and you can't even tell me about your pay plan? You didn't even take the time to learn it. You guys take the time to learn this stuff, and you can do it very easily, all right? There's a number of ways to learn, But let me just show you one of the places I recommend going. Go log in to your 4Life account, all right? Just like I'm logging in right now. And you'll see your dashboard and go to the University of 4Life or 4Life University. There it is. Enter now. Join, and you can go through these courses and even do it as a refreshment if you want to refresh your memory. But here you go. Build your business with 9 steps of duplication. There's the welcome, how to earn money with 4Life, stay in the know, social media courses, all this stuff you guys can learn by taking these in your time off. Now, do me a favor. Do not waste. I shouldn't say waste. Use your time wisely. You only got 24 hours, 80-20. The 80-20 rule. 80% of your 4Life hours that you're working your business needs to be talking to people. I mean, I'm exhausted today. I've been talking since 7 o'clock this morning, okay, to people all over the world. So I'll have a good night's sleep tonight. But I spend 20% of my time doing other stuff. Okay, maybe going on YouTube, looking for people like Darren Kidd to listen to, maybe doing my emails, maybe working on a PowerPoint presentation, studying, doing whatever. But 80% of my 4Life time is talking to people, either people that I have come across or people that my downline would like me to talk to. So upline serves the downline, all right? So to start your business and get set up, take the time, take the university, go into your 4Life right here, click on your account management, set up your My 4Life. All right, I got a picture that'll be up in mine here in another. They have to. It's be under approval right now. They want to make sure you don't put any, I don't know, Playboy type pictures, whatever. So, but you put a picture up there, of your face, yourself. Put your email, telephone, create your link, your personal link. I put mine as Dave D. There you go, 4life.com/Dave D, and that's my 4Life webpage, personalized with my shop. People can sign up on my website. Every one of you needs to know how to use your website, all right? Click on the link right up here at the top. Let me get out of here, hang on. You can click on the link, your 4life.com/ whatever yours is, okay? Let me do mine again here real quick. It's Dave D. So, I got to log out. My bad. Hang on. Log out. There we go. Dave Daughtrey. So if I copy that link and send it to anybody around the world, they can buy product. They can join the company right from my page. But you must select the country that the people reside in, where they live. Right now, my flag is under USA. See that USA? Select country. If I select, I don't know, let's select Mexico. Now, that page converts into the Mexican page. Look at that. Dale un plus a tu vida. Comprar, únete, acerca de 4Life. If you want to know about any country, any market, I suggest you go to that country's 4Life page, go to the bottom, and there is a ton of information. Cómo hacer negocios en México. What else we have? Mis primeras recompensas. There's a lot of stuff here. Wow, viaje del maestro constructor. But this is what I do. I get people ask me all the time, Dave, is there an office in Mexico? Yeah. Did you go to 4Life and select a country and look at the page and then go down? You got acerca de 4Life, el programa lealtad, my 4Life, plan de compensación, contáctenos. When someone says, Dave, is there an office in Mexico? Yeah, go to 4life.com, select Mexico, go to the bottom, and there you go. Right, there's all the information about Mexico, the offices. Office in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Villahermosa. If you want to know about Villahermosa, why is there a 4Life office in Villahermosa? Remember I told you guys Enrique Balboa, the mechanic? He's from Villahermosa. The biggest population of 4Life distributors is in Villahermosa. 4Life will put an office if you build the city. They'll do it. They did it in Cali, Bogota. They did it in Guayaquil. They did it in Villahermosa. All right? So yes, they will. If you build it, they will come. Okay? So anyhow, that's how you learn about any country. The other way I recommend all of you is to pick the United States as your flag, USA, and then once you've logged in, let me get out of here real quick. Get out and log in again. There's a difference between your My4Life. You don't log into your My4Life. You just put forlife.com/ and your extension. But if I go here and put in my ID and log in again, and then you go to resources, click on resources in your dashboard, and you go how to do business internationally. If you want to know about any country, there you go. How to do business in Taiwan, Russia, Europe, Germany, Colombia, I don't know, Korea, India, Hong Kong. There it is. Let's just pick one. Let's pick an English one. Singapore. That'll be in English. You download the little information brochure or ebook, whatever, and it will tell you all about how to do business in Singapore. Let me make that smaller. Okay, and go through and learn about Singapore. It tells you about the country, the phone numbers, how to enroll people, all right, how to place an order, everything about Singapore. Okay, that's how I've learned, you guys. Understand something. I am no smarter than anybody else, but I've got a big desire. Where you've got a great desire, you're willing to learn. You're going to do what you have to do to learn. And that's what I've done. I take the time to go and learn so I can teach. Okay, it's that simple. So we've been an hour, you guys. Let's go ahead. Kaylin, wonderful. I'm glad you showed that to your friends. Immunologist Discovery, awesome. So Claudia, do you have any questions for today? Do we want to go ahead and stop the recording and go into Q&A?
Yeah, before I stop the recording, I want to actually congratulate Anna Mendez because she has her son with her, which just signed up. But Anna, you didn't tell me your son's name, so
what's his name, Anna?
Type his name. And I also want to make sure that I was wrong in my poll. Our international diamond was not the person that was 10 years or more, and he made sure I knew that. Professor Patrick Menzies, 3.5 years, and he is from Belize. So Professor, what an honor, 3.5 for international. That is just, and he's our financial freedom person that we have on our chat. So
Congratulations.
Professor Mendez has been advertising our meetings a lot. He's very happy with the English meetings, so he's very excited that we're getting this. Everybody's saying thank you. I didn't really see any questions. Oh, Jonathan Monteiro, David, the new person.
Good. Bienvenido. Welcome, Jonathan. Thanks for being part of the 4Life family. I can promise you one thing. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep growing. And so we encourage you to grow with us. My philosophy is simple. It's easier to run with 1,000 than carry one. Now, I say that because we're all running together. You'll find that if you run with us, you're going to grow, you're going to hit your goals, you're going to have fun doing it, and you're going to learn a lot. But you know what? It's going to change your life. So welcome.
So we're over our time, but I do have Clara who's raised her hand. Clara, if you have any questions, can you put it in the Q&A for us? And I also, before closing, just want to tell you that I was posting it on my Facebook, and we have a whole bunch of people watching it from the Facebook Live. And I've also shared it to you, Dave, so that we can repost it on your site, on your Facebook site as well. So wonderful. I think with that, here's one question. No, Jonathan said, thank you. Oh, we do have one question. Dave, wondering if we learned, oh yeah, Dr. Ajay had asked me this before. He did. Sorry, Dr. Ajay, you did tell me this. When can we start getting some trainings on how to prospect and recruit? And do you do the 4Life's basic presentation? Yes, we do it. We do it we just did it. We do it every Monday. Reno team Belize, Financial Freedom Executives Reno team. We do every Monday our 4Life business presentation. So,
well, English and Portuguese on Monday, Spanish on Tuesday.
Yes. Dave, and with prospecting and recruiting, the question for Dr. AJ, what do we have about more like this is what you do every meeting though, but I guess he's asking, I guess, more structure or.
When it comes to prospecting, let me say this. This is what I tell everybody. I don't care if you have to get in a bus, bike, moped, motorhome, bicycle, tricycle, motorcycle, on your feet, whatever it takes for you to communicate with people, all right? This business is so simple that we tend to make it difficult. There's only two ways to communicate with people. Either you go to them or you get them to come to you. Unfortunately, most people prefer the latter. They're like, I'm going to sit here and I want people, like Paul Oberson says, they're going to all come knocking down my door because they want to join my business. It doesn't work that way, you guys. You're going to have more success if you're proactive and you reach out to the people. There's so many ways to do that now. You can do it through social media if you want. Hello, everybody. This is Dave Daughtrey talking to y'all. I just came across something I want to share with you. And you tell them what it is. That's one way, okay? So however you reach out to people, it's up to you. But understand, like I said today, we're storytelling, okay? Now, there are people that believe in one way to do this. I'm not one of those people. There's more than one way to get from California to New York, okay? You can do it every way I just mentioned. Motorhome, moped, tricycle, bicycle, walk, run, fly, drive. There's all kinds of ways. So there's no one way to build your network, okay? Some people seem to think that there's only one way. I don't believe that. I'll give you an example. I had a friend, his name was John, that's his real name, from San Diego, joined a company called New Vision years ago. Some of you might remember the Dead Doctors Don't Lie tapes. Well, his way was to tell everybody, you buy 1,000, and he provided the names, you buy 1,000 names, you get 1,000 stickers, and you buy 1,000 cassette tapes. This was 1991, I think, right around there, 1991. And you sit there in 1,000, you have to lick 1,000 labels, put them on 1,000 envelopes, stuff 1,000 cassette tapes, and put the stamps on them. You have no idea where they're going because you got the names with addresses, and you blast them out. He saturated the country with tapes of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. John Valente made a fortune in a couple of years, but guess what? It died. It ended. It went kaput. All right. Why? All those people that invested in those tapes, some of them happened to get a person that joined. John Valente, think about it. All his downline, when he did this, it blew up. My point is this. However you build your business is up to you. But understand, this is a relationship business. And Claudia and I are a good example. Claudia, did you know me 10 years ago?
I didn't, no, sir.
Would it be safe to say that we're friends?
Yes, definitely.
I'd say we're family, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Gabby and I speak pretty much every day. So I would say that. And you and I speak every 3 or 4 days. So yeah, pretty much.
So this business is about people. If you build people, trust me, you'll build an empire, okay? And they'll stay with you. Why is it I've got Barry Blake over 21 years with me, Kevin Moore, 21 years with me, Jeff Algilbert's 21 years with me. I got a lot of people that have been with me for over 20 years. Why? Even my assistant, Lenny's, Yahida, she's been with me for over 20-something years now.
And I want to add that it took me about 4 years to commit to actually registering with my name because Dave, when he came to meet me in Canada and I wasn't ready, he said his ever famous sentence, I will always be here for you. Even if you're not here, you can count that I will be always here for you. And it took about maybe a couple of years later, maybe 3 or 4, because that was 2012. And it was only until 2015 and really 2016 when I actually changed it to my code and I said, okay, this is my business. I'm not afraid to show it. So it took about 4 years to establish that. So it was amazing. And Dave is so patient, as you all know, and you have to do the same thing, which is continue being there for your people and be patient. They'll eventually all come to you.
Yeah, and understand that this business is like the revolving door at a hotel. People are coming and going all day long. Some are the regulars, you know, they come a lot and they stay in the hotel. Some of them decide to stay there for months, so they pay monthly. But others, they're passing through. This business is the same way. You're going to have your people that are with you for life. You're going to count the ones you sponsor on one hand. Like Claudia, I can't count her. Did I sponsor you, Claudia?
No, sir.
What level to me are you, would you say?
According
Probably
to,
like 7 or 8.
yeah, 7 or 8 probably.
So she's like on my 7th or 8th level, and here she talks to Gabby almost every day. The point is this, is that you'll count on one hand the people that you sponsor, that are the ones that are with you for life, that you're going to build a lifelong relationship and success. They're the ones you're going to help get to gold, to make you platinum. You see, the only way you get to platinum is by helping them get to gold. If you sit back and wait for them to get to gold, good luck, okay? But if you jump in and you assist them and work with them and help them get to gold, and it doesn't matter if they're better than you are. Sometimes we're fortunate enough to sponsor people that are better than us. You know, I've got people now that I really look up to. You know, even Jeff Outgilbers, you know, I mean, Jeff, the guy's turned into this amazing champion. I remember when I was teaching Jeff. Now Jeff's teaching me. Juan Rosado, he followed me around. I was doing all the meetings in the Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic. I'd go to Puerto Rico regularly. Every time I did an event there, they'd take me to Metropole, to Yucca. I love Yucca. But my point is, look, nobody knows everything. We learn from each other. I learned from Juan. I learned from Dr. Nevares. I learned from you guys. You know, I hear people say things and I go, I like that. I'm going to put it in my pocket and I'm going to use it. You see, that's how you grow. That's how you develop. So you guys, I want to say thanks again. We're live here. For those of you out in the Facebook world, you know, thank you for listening in.
Okay, so we only had one question, which I answered. Please let me know if I did answer it properly. They were asking, do you do the For Life presentations? So I think what they mean is the actual For Life. So my answer was yes. Dave's presentations are every Monday, and they're taken directly from the For Life Connect. So
it's
I mean,
Dave website.
It's on the website now. So I've posted the website several times. Go to the website, start checking it out. We're going to be putting a lot more stuff. Dr. Vollmer's call from last week is there. And so, yes, it's the
PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is there in Spanish. Download the PowerPoint.
They're asking me in English. I don't think you have the English. And you did the Portuguese one already, but I think
I'll get Spanish done tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm spending
English.
80-20 rule. 80% of the time I'm talking to people.
Yes.
And my 20% time I'll upload stuff. So I'll get the English one up there. But yes, I take the For Life presentation from the Connect app. I've taken a couple of videos from the Connect app and I've combined them. I put like 2 or 3 videos and the rest of it's the For Life stuff. I do believe I put a picture or two, like of the scientific team, things like that. But download it, I'll upload it. You can download it, use it. All right. And so this is all about helping each other and sharing information, you guys. So thanks again. I appreciate y'all joining in on the Facebook world. Thanks for listening in. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Claudia, thank you as always. Again, I usually have Gabby say the last word here.
Yeah, no, sir. No, she's not in. Don't worry.
All right. No worries. So thanks, you guys. Everybody have a great evening. See you all on our Mentor Monday call coming up or on another Zoom training. God bless you all. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.